Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Real Talk with Daniel. I'm your host, Daniel, and it's Volume 2, Episode 5, and today we're going to be talking about letting go and moving on from a breakup. So, yeah, I'm going to get right into it, and if you enjoy this episode, share with your friends, family, anyone you think it would help, and yeah, let's get right into it. Okay, so this episode, like I said, letting go and moving on from a breakup. So it's gonna be actually a two-part series, like the last one I did. This one's gonna be from a breakup, and the next one's gonna be from letting go and moving on from a friendship. It could have been toxic, it could have been just a bad friendship, and that's gonna be the next episode. So stay tuned for that if you need that or going through that. And yeah, so I've never been in a relationship. I'm gonna be honest, and so you're probably like, what is this kid doing giving me advice? But I've done my research, and if you don't like what I'm saying, you don't have to listen. But yeah, I found this quote, and it says, the truth is, unless you let go, unless you forgive yourself, unless you forgive the situation, unless you realize that the situation is over, you cannot move forward. So if you don't forgive the person, you don't forgive yourself, and you don't forgive the situation and realize it's over, then you can't move on, move forward. So I think every person that I will talk to would say it's hard to let go of really anything. And I had people that I had to let go as friends, but not in a relationship point of view. But there's some things that you could do if you're going through it to help you let go and move on easier. And I've researched it, and these are some five things that I've found that if I was going through it, or if you're going through it, that would probably help. So first one is you must reduce contact with them. You must not be around them as much as you were. Okay, so it's nearly impossible to move on from that if you're literally talking to them every day, all the time. And it's probably, you're like, oh, but I love their company, they're so cool. But then you're still hanging around them, and you're still you can't move on if you're still with them, talking to them. And as much as you want to talk to them, it's not going to help you in the long run. So number 2 is you must forgive them. I know it might be hard to forgive them. You probably don't want to forgive them, and you're probably honestly a little bitter. But what I've learned is the only way to be content with yourself is to forgive that person. You're probably say what? Forgive that person? Yes, forgive that person that did you wrong. And being bitter and hate in your life, in your heart, and in your life only does your self-harm. You cannot change what happened in the past. The past happened, it's done. Move on and learn from it. That's how I live my life. The past, that happened. I learned from it, and I move on, and I take what I learned, and I move on. So number 3, recognize that they are not the one for you. They're not the only one you think after the breakup that you're supposed to be with them. You're meant to be forever. You're supposed to live until you die with them. But that's not the thing. One day you'll find someone that you're meant to be with, and it'll work out. And the 4th one is, no, there's nothing wrong with you nor them. Okay, so the 4th one is, there's nothing wrong with you nor them. So I heard that people spend a lot of time trying to wrap their head around things and why they broke up and what's wrong with you, and maybe you feel like you're not enough. That's what I heard, and I hear a lot when people break up, they think they're not enough, but everyone looks for different people. There is no pleasant criteria of what is right and wrong, traits to have and traits not to have, just different expectations. There is nothing wrong with you or them. You two are just not suited for each other. And then the 5th last one is, recognize there's someone out there for you. It might be hard to believe as you move on from a broken past, but it's true. There is no reason why you think that there's no one out there. So trust me, it'll be a long healing process, and just don't beat yourself up thinking you're not good enough for anything. I know one day you will learn how to love who you're becoming. And that's going to be it for this episode of Real Talk with Daniel, about how to move on and let go from a breakup. And if you like this episode, please just comment down below, thumbs up, share with your friends, family, or anyone you think that it would help. And I'll see you next time for part 2. Bye. Love you guys.